Hey, everybody. Good night and happy Sunday to you. Welcome to Coker Culture and welcome to Alive. As you can see on the screen, it's just me tonight. So, not the full nerd herd here with you like typically. The other guys had some stuff going on this weekend, as we all do sometimes. So, with that, I decided that I'd go live here myself this evening. We are going to be completely back together next Sunday night, 7 o'clock. It'll be the full nerd herd here. We liked our Sunday time slot here going on, so all you folks could come over from Sea Leg Journeys and continue this fun, awesome Sunday evening. I think it's a fantastic way to start the week. I knew still to StreamYard and going live, so y'all have to excuse me. I did put a link up the very top of the chat. I hope all of y'all can see it with a link over to the Griffins live show at 7:30. So since the Griffins are going live, I do not want to pull people to stay here and miss out on some of the Griffins. So since it is just me, I'll try to keep this short tonight for you guys. So for those that want to go and watch the Griffins and keep up with them for their Sunday, just to continue this traveling along, that's up at the top. And I'm sure some of our great moderators will share that with you guys too as we get closer and closer to 7:30. All right, so let's go ahead and hit the chat here. And Chris and Liz are the first ones in here. So, hey, Chris and Liz, thank you guys so much for the support. Thank you for the encouragement to go live by myself tonight. Once I talked to the Nerd Herd guys, they were all for me keeping up with our Sunday night tonight and hopefully having people remember that we're going to go live on Sundays so that everybody can come back next week when we're all together again. And then there's Danny. Hey, Danny D. Welcome in. Welcome in. Whatever floats your boat is here coming over from the Sea Leg Journeys raid. Welcome. And then we got Chet. Thank you, Chet, for coming over with the SLJ raid. I appreciate it. Totally appreciate it. And super thankful for you shouting us out in your live the last couple weeks. I cannot say enough of how thankful I am for this community, for this cruise community. And while, our channel isn't just focused on cruises, we do love them. We've got a cruise planned for September is our next cruise. We're going out of Port Canaveral. We're going to be on Royal. We're actually going to be on Royal's newest ship, the Star of the Seas. I don't know if that'll be the newest one at the time or if they'll have another one out by then, but that was Ty's choice. And Ty is, he's our youngest. He's our 10-year-old, 9-year-old. How old's Ty? Ty will be 10 in June. So there we go. So close enough. So we're going on that for a week, which will be awesome. Everybody coming over from the Sea Leg Journeys raid. Appreciate all y'all. Double Aaron is in the house. Welcome in, Aaron. I really appreciate you coming back again for another week here with just the single nerd and not the full nerd herd. Josie Ann, welcome in, Miss Josie Ann. Come on in. Najuma, welcome in, Najuma. Glad to have you here. And you like my shirt? I love this shirt. This has quickly become like my favorite shirt when I can wear it. It's a Roosevelt's branded shirt, and it's Jurassic Park. This is actually like Nedry's shirt from Jurassic Park, so it fits the whole nerd herd theme. In fact, Nedry's on here somewhere. There he is. So there's Nedry. It's got the Barbasol can. It's got the dinosaur that kills Nedry is on here. He blends in. It's camouflaged, but I love it. It's loud and it screams me. Scotty boy, welcome in, Scott. I hope that you're not still driving and that by now you're where you ended up or where you needed to end up. But appreciate you coming in, and I'm dead serious about seeing if you could get a video made for us to do an intro, because I think in talking with the guys, I think that we're probably gonna go ahead and pay for the monthly StreamYard thing so we can have access to all of the features, and so that the other guys can stream to their channels when we go live as well. Because both Jason MP3D and Ascalon, their channels are both bigger than mine. So it's funny, we're using the smallest channel to do our lives, but that way we can all stream to our channels each time we go live and hopefully have a bigger crowd come in. Foodie's Vacations is here. Thanks, Foodie, for coming over from Sea Leg. I appreciate it. And then Sea Leg, Chet says, hashtag Nerd Herd. That is right. Still need to get Jason to get us some Nerd Herd hats. We'll get some Nerd Herd merch going. This is true. I do. Yes, this is where I have failed. I know that Liz is good at constantly updating her mods. I need to make Danny D a mod without a doubt. So before next week, before I go live there, I will make sure Danny D gets added into my moderators list. So again, remember, I'm new. I'm getting better. I promise I'm getting better. The Carnival Cruise addicts say, Royal, get out of here. Yeah, this will just be our second Royal. Not to sound uppity, but we've actually only done one Royal. Everything else we've cruised on is Disney. So we're branching out. We're doing non-Disney cruises. I know how some of y'all feel about Disney's. I really know how Chris and Liz feel about Disney. But yeah, so I'm excited. And then again, hopefully we can get on Carnival, one of these Oasis class ships. I'd love to do that. And then, yeah. How old is my kid? I do that quite often with Ty. With Chad, it's a little easier because I know Chad is 13. I know that we've hit 13. We're at teenage years there. And Ty acts older than he is. So that's what makes it difficult. I don't feel like Ty's 9. I feel like he's already 10. So, all right. Double A Ron, is Star of the Seas? Yes, it is one of the big icons. And the only other Royal cruise we went on was this past September. We went on Utopia. And, that was the biggest in the world when it was created. That was our first experience with Royal. I do have, I think I've got a playlist of vlogs on the channel of our time aboard Utopia for those of y'all that may be interested and want to see what that was like for us and what we experienced. We booked that cruise before they started advertising it as the biggest weekend ever. So, they started promoting it as a party ship after we had already booked it. And of course, we're a family of 4. We'd done nothing but Disney. And we go on here and it wasn't what we expected. Unfortunately, I will say this. We did do the Utopia Station dinner, the train dinner show that very first night. That was the coolest thing I've ever experienced on a cruise. It beat anything Disney had. That was so good. The food was so good. And aside from that, the Aqua show, the H2O, I'm blanking on the name, but that was phenomenal as well. So I'm looking forward to getting on Star of the Seas. It's supposed to have basically an onboard water park, so multiple different water slides. So more for the kids. So really looking forward to that. All right, definitely nerdy, but I love it. Thank you. There he is. There's the man, Mr. Do Hard Things. Since I'm not there, I just jumped in. I dress up for our show every week. I wear something nerdy for our show. I either wear one of my shirts or I wear a Hogwarts shirt or something. So I'm just in here, and I just wore a Jurassic Park shirt. This was just what I had on. I actually filmed a couple videos in this shirt this weekend, so those will be coming out over the next couple weeks. Saying hi to Jason. Chris got on his personal account. Chris, I really did almost send you I literally did almost send you an invite to come on here live with me. And I thought about it. And I was like, if Chris gets on here, there's no way I'm keeping this 30 minutes. It's just not going to happen. And I don't want folks missing out on keeping up with the Griffins. That's just me. So one day we'll do that, because I know if we do it and we don't tell Liz and you just show up on here on your phone or something, Liz will flip, and that will just be funny. Speaking of, I'm sorry about the whole Pixar lamp thing, Liz. That's what I was apologizing for. Scott, I'll send you a message on Instagram here in a little bit about it and see what we can get to. And everybody's saying hi to Chris. Glad I wore a shirt with a collar. See, I don't normally dress up. This is, I would wear this to school. I have worn this to school. I like dressing loud. It's just me. I like loud colors. I like louds. I love nerdy things. Oh, Lord have mercy. I can't take you guys anywhere. Y'all, wait, look, I have an undershirt. So no, not going to happen here. Thank goodness. All right, Danny D. And Foodie saying hi to everybody. Getting down here. Scott coming in a little late with the Sea Legs raid, but he still hit it. Yep, and there it is. I knew it was coming. No casino on Disney trips. This is true. And again, hold on. Chris got to follow up with, and too many kids. Yes, agreed. Disney caters to the kids. And so when we did those, both the boys were younger, so it fit. And it fit really well. You're paying for the Disney name, you're paying for the Disney characters, and you get the Disney experience, which is great. But now the boys are old enough where they don't necessarily need the character aspect of it. They just want to have fun. And so now that Chad is old enough to go into a teen club, we're good. Jess loves the casino. It's got to grow on me. Wherever she is, I don't know where she is in the house right now, but I'm sure she can hear me because my voice is loud. I don't gamble. I've never been a gambler. I hate it. We went to Vegas one time, actually on our 1 year anniversary. We went to Vegas. I couldn't gamble, and it killed her because she loved every second of it. And to me, it's just like, why? I have the money right here. Why am I just giving? I don't know. I need to grow up. The water show was cool, and they do have a third version on the Star of the Seas. So I was really excited for that. But the nerd in me, the real entertainment on Star of the Seas that I'm looking forward to, besides that water show, they have Back to the Future, the musical, as the stage show on the ship. So I am super excited about being able to see that because, again, I'm a nerd. Chris would love to come on here live. Yeah, we are going to plan that on one of these nights where there's not a nerd herd night. We'll get you on, or we'll get you on with the nerd herd too, because we are trying to plan to have some guests on here going forward in the future when we do our nerd herd and have special guests, not on every show, but here and there, just to offer another opinion and some different things to talk about. Hey, Denise, thanks for coming in. I appreciate you tuning in. We missed you this week on Thirsty Thursday Trivia. I know that's for sure, but Ren stepped in and did a great job as co-host with Scott that night. And, we love Ren here on the channel. To be honest, if it wasn't for Ren, I wouldn't know any of you guys. That was my connection into here. I met Scott and I met Chris and Liz through a live that Ren did, and the rest is history. Here I am. Uncle Dave, welcome in, Uncle Dave. Glad you could make it. Appreciate you coming in. Thank you, Foodie. Look at that. Foodie, hit the like button, please. Please, I'm doing my best. Yes, tell Jess that you will see her in the casino. That's what needs to happen. Like if she can go with friends, she'd be there all night. And I just need to go and sit back and watch and clap and think about it as fake money. Real money, no whammies, but fake money. What is this? Hold on now. I thought I turned Nightbot off. See, this is Nightbot. We had issues with Nightbot last week. And so I thought I went and took Nightbot off of my moderators, but I guess it's still connected. I've got to figure Nightbot out. Why go to, I don't know. I don't know, Chris. I don't know why we did it. Again, we're young. It was our 1 year anniversary. I do know why we chose Vegas. We initially had a all-inclusive stay booked in Cancun for our 1 year anniversary. That's how we were going to spend it. but this was when the swine flu hit. And I know I'm talking 15, 20 years ago, 17 years ago, something like that, when swine flu. And so we didn't want to risk traveling to Mexico. And so we looked at the options we had of similar pricing of what we were going to pay. And Vegas was one of the things that fit. And so we went and we stayed at the Venetian, and we saw some incredible shows while we were there. And we also took a trip out to the Hoover Dam and the Grand Canyon, once in a lifetime things. So it made up for, not gambling. But again, that was why. You're not blocked, Denise. I promise you're not blocked. I'm sorry. Nightbot and I are just not friends. Okay, Jason. Update on 3D prints. Yes, the boys are continuing that quite a bit. Chad has been printing penguins for some reason. He says he's building an army of 3D printed penguins for his room. And then Ty prints stuff for people. Like if his friends ask for something, he prints it, makes it for them. Or if he thinks of something that he wants to give somebody because they like XYZ, then he prints it. Other than that, we don't, or I haven't used it personally in quite a little while. I've been busy with other things. Yes, Chris, I know you can win money if you put the money. I've seen you guys win big money on your, I don't know. Well, Denise, I am very glad that you decided to join me here while you're getting supper going. We actually were eating our dinner while watching Chris and Liz. Jess actually got home about halfway through that. She had been out doing some shopping with a friend, and she brought dinner home, and we sat there and ate the rest of that live. All right, Danny, what did you say here? Chris on a live with me would be, it would, because I'm a talker. Chris is a talker. Who knows what would be said, but yeah, it would be long, and I think it would be like squirrel. We'd be going 80 miles an hour in all different directions. Speaking of though, I'm going to be on the match game fairly soon with everybody, so be ready for a long-winded night because I'll be on there with everyone, and I'm really, really looking forward to that. That is actually the night that begins our spring break. Because for those of you new to the channel, I am a high school teacher. My nerd herd buddies, Ascalon and Jason, are also both teachers. Jason teaches middle school. Ascalon teaches high school English. So that's something else we have in common. But that is the beginning of our spring break. So it's the Friday. That'll be our last day of school. Couldn't think of a better way to end or start spring break than by being on the match game and having a good time. Ain't nothing wrong with some leftovers. I actually have some leftovers from my dinner tonight that I will be taking to school tomorrow. Hit that like button. Yes, thank you, Liz. Thank you, Chris. I'm guessing, though, that this is Liz, since Chris has been on here on his own channel or on his own account. Hold on, I got the kitty. The kitty is coming in. He's crawling across the table. Say, this is Cheddar. Cheddar, say hi to the people. He's a good boy. This is my pet. We've got 2 dogs and Cheddar, and he's the only one that really takes to me more so than anybody else. Double Aaron, when we hop onto YouTube live streams and follow people around. Yeah, it's true. We all follow everybody. We go from one live stream to the next. But again, Sunday evening, to me, the beginning of a brand new week. I'm dreading going to work tomorrow, like most of us are that don't work from home. And it's just great to get on here and fellowship with all you guys, even though if you're just in the chat, we communicate back and forth. Everybody's saying hey to everybody. It's good for the soul. It's fantastic. I'm a firm believer and grew up with the mindset of we weren't made to do life alone. And this community is just fantastic. I'm so glad that I found everybody. Liz says Chris loves to squirrel. Yes, he does. And I'm the same way. I don't have ADD or ADHD or anything like that, but it's easy to get me off on a tangent. Hey, Mr. Bill, welcome in. I can't do the, oh no, that's the best I can do. I don't think it's very good. It's definitely not as good as Chris's. But Squirrel is Chet's middle name. All right. We're going to have to remember that. I'm going to have to just call Chet Squirrel from here on out. Chris and Zach in live together would be like Greg and I on Late Night Live. Yeah, probably. Imagine all four of us together. That would be, I know y'all were joking about Eddie going live for hours upon hours. That might go on for hours upon hours. Denise says, "Hey, Cheddar." Yeah, thank you, guy. Everybody's saying, "Hey, Cheddar." I don't know where he run off to now, but he's off somewhere. He's my little, I call him my floor buddy, because when we're trying to get the boys to bed and stuff like that, I'll sit in the floor out in the hall and try to keep the peace, and he just sits in my lap or wants belly scratches. Rich, good to see you, buddy. So glad you were able to come in. No sense in joining late. I mean, no problem with it either. I'm going live just quickly here before some other friends go live at 7:30. So I just wanted to hop on and say hey to everybody and wish everybody a good week for the most part. Rich, I'm actually using your closing tag you gave for me again tomorrow, because I was like, I have these closing tags from some awesome folks, and I've had more and more people join the channel. They might not have seen them. So Rich, I'm using the one that you sent me on the video I've got coming out tomorrow night. So be ready for that. So Rich is, for those of y'all, I know we've got a lot of Florida people on here. Y'all need to check out my good buddy Rich. He's in Central Florida, does a lot of awesome vlogs in and around the Central Florida area. Meow, yep. Y'all have 3 kitties. See, I grew up with dogs, and I love cats. The dogs that we have now, we've got a golden doodle and a labradoodle, and the labradoodle is the sweetest thing and the most calm thing, and the golden doodle is the wildest, craziest dog in the world. And he was my mom's dog, and we got him when my mom had her stroke and had to go into living at a nursing home. So he was adopted, and so we love him. I do my best. He's Chad's dog. That's what Chad says. All right. Yes, they are so amazing. All of you, and there is no better word for it than amazing, incredible. And even if you think that you're just a small little part, trust me, there is no small part in this community. It is a blessing. Chris says 18 watching. Yes. Jason, if you're still in here, look, I'm doing numbers by myself. I'm just kidding. I love my guys. Wait till I get on a Bill rant. Oh boy. Like Chris wants to plan it. Yeah. Danny says it was more than an hour. I know that's what y'all said. Now we've done 1 2-hour stream with the Nerd Herd, because we just got carried away and had no clue what the time was, but we try to keep it between an hour to an hour and a half. But if we're going to try to slot in here on Sundays with everybody else, we can keep our selves time constrained, especially if we want to make this, right now we've been doing it bi-monthly. I think that's right, where we do it every other week or so. But if we got consistent with that, and we're to space out topics, alive with Eddie for 3 hours. Wow, Dave. All right. Yeah, Rich, glad you are here, buddy. All right, Jason throwing me another question here of Electric State. I've not seen it yet. I've seen all the awful reviews for it, which I don't know if that's worthy of what it is, aside from the fact that I know they spent a lot of money on it. I like Chris Pratt. I love Millie Bobby Brown. I will watch it. It's just a matter of getting time. And I haven't had that this weekend. I'm not going to really have it that I know of next weekend. So we'll see. But I do have it on my list to get around to. If Crazy Joe's in here, which I hope he will be at some point, I don't know. I haven't seen him on the chat just yet. I'd like to get his opinion on that. And well, you're welcome, buddy. You deserve support. That video that y'all did on the day out with Thomas was great. I really enjoyed watching that and hearing y'all's thoughts. I'm a little floored that it wasn't more crowded, to be honest with you, especially since it was a limited event there. See, Danny says, my big bro and soon-to-be sis-in-law have a chocolate lab. They're sweet. Had a Saint Bernard. Oh, those are sweet dogs too. Okay, everybody's saying hello. Nightbot's getting on to Foodie. Yeah, see, that's my problem too. Like, like in an hour-long stream. That's why it's nice with the Nerd Herd. Like, there's three of us. So if somebody's got to step off for a minute, we can work. And for those of you that were here last week, Jason did get power back later on. I think he said that night, like late that night, they got power after the awful storms that we had. Papa Mozo would go live for hours and hours. See, I feel like as long as if I had people on here with me, like if people were in the chat, like I could go live for quite a while. Like if I had people to talk to and to give me topics to talk about, because talking's not an issue. I'm a teacher. I talk all the time. I'm sure I use way more words on a daily basis than my wife does. And I have zero problem, getting up and speaking to folks. So as long as I have the ability to have a topic, I'm good to go. We should review Electric State. Okay. I will see what I can do before next Sunday. Since we're going live next Sunday at 7, I'll see if I can find some time to watch it. And if you've watched it, we can review it. We can give that message to Azkalan. Don't know if he'll have time with him still doing all his track stuff. So we'll see. We'll find out. Water in and water out. Yes, sir. And I don't have a special Cruise Life TV or a Carnival Cruise Addicts cup. I've got my Firehouse Subs cup from our dinner tonight. So, right, Danny won the award. Well, I know I'm coming up on my time. I somehow actually made it to the bottom of the chat here, which is fantastic. I love the fact that the chat took me basically the whole time. I love you guys. That's fantastic. I did actually have something planned, but I don't have time to do it before switching over to the Griffins, which was I was going to run down my goals for 2025 for you guys that I made a video about, way back in January of what my goals for myself, my family, this channel were for this year. Y'all just saw Ty running up the stairs with just multiple different things. And so many of them we have already been able to cross off. Like we have already accomplished them and we're a quarter of the way through the year. I'm beyond, or some things haven't been fully checked off, but they've been planned already. So they're gonna happen, which is fantastic. Yeah, making it, to the bottom of the chat. Just the fact that the chat was this awesome. Oh, my Canadian friends are here. Hey guys, hey Darren, hey Meg, glad that you guys could come in. Welcome, guys. But one thing I did want to say before, we all switch over and head over to the Griffins channel. So if somebody would plug the Griffins in, if one of my mods would put that down there, I'd appreciate that. So folks can know to hop over there. And y'all use hashtag Coker Raid or Nerd Herd Raid. Either one will work fine, even though this isn't the full Nerd Herd. But for those of you that haven't been in and haven't known or haven't seen on my socials, the big news this year, I've joked about it. I talked about it somewhat seriously, and then it fell off. But the big news that came out of this week, and I can't wait to talk about it with the guys next week. I turned 40 this year in June. And I know that the talk today has been about birthdays, and everybody's got birthdays coming up. But I'd never do anything big for my birthday. Never have. So I told Jess I wanted to do something big for my birthday this year. And we had the joking conversation of there would be nothing bigger this year for my 40th than to be at Epic Universe for the very first time on my birthday. And it's happening. We bought the tickets. This week, we will be at Epic Universe on my birthday in June. We're actually going 2 days in a row so we can try to experience it as much as possible. And I put on social media, I'd love for any and everybody to join me to make it as epic as possible. So the closer that gets, the more and more I'll be talking about it and bringing it up and giving details for folks that may be able to make it out there and join me and the rest of the fam as we celebrate my 40th. So it is 7:30 now. Again, I don't want any of you guys missing out on the Griffins because we love them. And I know that they're going to put on an incredible show. Thank y'all for coming and spending half an hour of your Sunday night with me. I really, really, really appreciate it. Night Brat is awful. Yes. Night Brat. I got to get rid of Night Brat. Nightbot. Night Brat is even a better one. Okay. So we'll see you guys next week. Full Nerd Herd at 7:00. We'll definitely go a full hour because Jason and Ascalon will both be back with me at that point. Thank you all for coming and spending a half hour with me. This was a whole lot of fun. We'll see you guys next week.